So welcome, ladies. It's so good to have so many amazing women in business all around Australia joining us today from all corners of this country for a very exciting buzz launch, our e-magazine for 2022, and of course our scholarship announcements for our core business foundations. Before we start, I would like to introduce who I am, the National Director and Founder of Business Women Australia. We say we were established in 2008, and that was when Women in Business in WA started with Sue Rowe, and that's where our roots are, but we're actually a national organisation with chapters all around Australia. But before we actually go on to the formal part of our proceedings today, I'd like to acknowledge that we are meeting on sacred sovereign land that's been lived, danced and celebrated on for over 120,000 continuous years in some parts of this beautiful country, and to pay our respects to all Indigenous elders past, present and emerging. And we celebrate our Indigenous sisters in business. I'm actually here in Perth, and this is the country of the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and it is a really It's a very sacred place where I live in North Perth. We're around the lakes that really were the nourishing places where Aboriginal tribes had their ceremonies and spent a lot of time looking after their families and the country here. So I'm really grateful of being in Australia and having this wonderful, rich heritage. For those of you who don't know much about Business Women Australia, you might be watching this recording or you might be new onto our webinar today. Business Women Australia is really a community where everyone is valued, and we really are working together to contribute to the greater good. We're a collaborative organisation, and we achieve our vision by helping each other achieve our goals and our dreams. And this is a network that's influential. It's a network that's national. And we're very much focused on raising the visibility and helping business women be successful. When we talk about business women, we're not just talking about employees of organisations or working women, but it's also women who are entrepreneurs, professional women. They might be business owners, women on boards, women in leadership roles, emerging leaders, and of course we have quite a few students of business who are also a part of our collective. So everyone's actually welcome to come on board, no matter where you are in your own career, and you don't have to be a business owner to be a part of this group. So we focus on 5 areas of development. First and foremost, leadership. And we believe leadership starts with ourselves, actually having self-awareness and looking after and nurturing ourselves as women. And then we're able to, be able to step up and have an influential role in our communities, in our businesses and in our lives. Business improvement is obviously a key area of where we have knowledge sharing. So we run roundtable discussions, workshops. We share a lot of knowledge around the process aspects of business, around finance, human resources, marketing, management strategy, and so on. Influence and profile is another very important part of our areas of development, along with personal growth, and of course connecting and the great friendships that we make through our community. We have a shared values that are really important to us in Business Women Australia, and we got together as a group in 2005, before we really launched as a national group. We spent a lot of time really working through what are the values that we're going to build this organisation on. And I think courage and honesty is a really important one for us, because particularly over the last few years, we've really been much more aligned with being honest and truthful with ourselves and with each other about where we're at, and to hold space for each other so that we can really connect at a deep and meaningful way. For me, that's been one of the most incredible things that's come out of Business Women Australia, are those gorgeous friendships where I can be me, and my girlfriends in BWA will give me great feedback and expect me to be the best version of myself when I can, but also understand that sometimes things can be tough and challenging, and that's okay too. So our members have great benefits, one of them being that we have a public-facing directory listing on our website. We have all these fantastic opportunities. I think we ran over 80 events in the last 12 months. So there's loads of things that happen online as well as in person. And if you're beaming in from a part of Australia where you think that there should be a chapter set up or you'd like to host an event, we'd love to hear from you and get things happening, because we really are growing and engaging with women all around Australia. We did a fantastic collaboration a few years ago with the Fire Up RTO. They're based out of Sunshine Coast in Queensland. The lovely Cathy McKenzie is the director there, and we recommend this as a coaching course for anyone that's in a leadership position or anyone that's managing or supervising teams, to have a leadership style that's built on coaching is a very powerful way of getting the best out of your team and being the best leader you can be. Of course, many of our members are also consultants and coaches, and we recommend this as an accreditation course. It's aligned with International Coaching Federation. In fact, we have quite a few coaches on the call today who have been accredited with coaching accreditations that do line up with ICF. And in fact, we have some Fire Up alumni on the call, including Kerry Nobes and Cathy Smith, who we'll chat to shortly. For those of you who are social media buffs, we love you. We love all the shout outs. Thanks for tagging us. We love that. Follow us on LinkedIn. We have a company page. There's also a group on LinkedIn that you can join. You don't have to be a financial member of BWA to join that group, but if you want to post in that group, you do have to be at least a classic or a premium level member. We're on Facebook, so follow us on Facebook. Our members also have a private group on Facebook, another good reason to join. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and thank you to Cathy and the team at Catco Enterprises who look after a lot of our social media, and of course our wonderful website that has so much information on it. Great source of information. So that is Cathy and the team at Catco, listed here as one of our collaboration partners. They do an incredible job in the background and have been so busy with our Buzz magazine. So it's our third edition, and if it wasn't for the Catco team, it just wouldn't happen. Thank you also to Donna Danker and Solo Accounts. Donna's on the call today. Donna and the team look after our invoicing, or preparing all our bookkeeping for our accountants, and really do all that that stuff in the background that I like to avoid. So thanks, Donna and the team there. Hawkins Marketing, Intact Teams, Jessica Schubert, Annemarie Cross, of course, our podcasting queen, who's on the call today and who'll be announcing our scholarship winners shortly, and our other various collaborators and sponsors. If you are interested in joining as a member, or you know someone who would get benefit from joining, we would love to have more members. We really love to collaborate with our members and to help raise their profile and connect them. So if you've got any questions about membership, we've also got Leanne Jeffrey on the call today. She's our memberships and administration assistant. Leanne will drop into the chat box some information that might also be of value in terms of the link where to go to for finding out more about Business Women Australia. And feel free to reach out to me, lynn@businesswomenaustralia.com.au, and Leanne is Leanne at businesswomenaustralia.com.au. So much on the calendar. Look at September, it's chockers. We've got Sydney Morning Tea and Mingle on the 1st of September. There's a fantastic group that are catching up at, I can't remember where it is. It might be, it's somewhere in Darlinghurst, I think, very close to the CBD. 1st of September, we've also got the Rockingham lunch and get together. Chris Muir-Smith's on the call today. So if you've got any questions about Rockingham, Mandurah and Murray, any of those regions, have a chat to Cathy Smith and Chris Muir-Smith. On the 7th of September, we have a sundowner in Perth with Catherine Leach, and that's going to be hosted at Leach Legal. And Catherine's going to share her insights around leadership On the 9th of September, the Melbourne Lunch Mix and Mingle is being hosted by Tracy Sofra. In the CBD, there's a wonderful group of women that are catching up there and getting things in the calendar every month for Melbourne. Sydney Walk and Talk, the next one is the 21st of September in the Domain. Martina Saudi and Joe loves seeing groups of women going walking around, Joanne Keating. So if you're really keen on getting up early and walking in the Domain on the 21st of September, they meet at 7:15. Mandurah and Murray, we have got a focus on cybersecurity on the 21st of September. And on the evening of the 21st of September in Perth, we'll be in Mount Hawthorn, which will be loads of fun because we've got a bit of a fashion viewing of a small boutique, and then we're off to dinner. So we'll be starting out at Everleigh and then off to Pogo for dinner after that. 30th of September, the Bunbury ladies are getting active as well with the walk and talk. I think Cathy Smith is leading that walk. And on the same day online, I'm actually doing a member session, lifting the lid on project management. Some of our members have asked what kind of project management tools we have. We've only got, in fact, we've got only one full-time employee, and that's only recent, and we've done over 80 events a year, and a lot of it's through very good event management using Asana. So I'll be showing everyone how we use Asana and the different tools that we use in BWA. So if you're interested in how to scale a small business, these kind of project management tools are essential when you've got hybrid teams working in different locations. So that's enough about BWA. Always lots to talk about, always trying to rush through it. But if you want to know more, as I said, reach out to Leanne or to me. I would like to just hand over now to the fabulous Annemarie Cross. She's one of our wonderful sponsors. She hosts our BWA podcast show. And that's always worth listening to. If you have missed any of those podcast shows, we do record them, and they're on the Business Women Australia website under our resources and media section. If you go into the tab there, you'll find all our recordings for our podcasts and all our webinars. And we've also got our podcasts on our YouTube channel. So over to you, Annemarie, if you can let us know a little bit more about the Core Business Foundations and the winners of our scholarship.
Fantastic. So I'm going old school today, no PowerPoint presentations, but just speaking. So thank you so much, Lynn. So I don't know if a number of you have gone to the launch when we shared a little bit more about why BWA and one of my companies, Industry Thought Leader Academy, decided to run the scholarship with the Core Business Foundations. And you would have heard me share the story, and I think, Cathy, the webinar or the recording is there somewhere on the Business Women Australia website if people want to go back and listen to that. But I shared the story when I first started my career coaching practice many, many years ago. I was excited. I got, my qualifications, my certifications, and I had a depth and a width of experience and knowledge through hands-on experience, like many of us who have, who are coaches in our businesses, and we love to support others. But one of the things that I realized that even with all of the tools in my toolkit, one of the things that I was not prepared for was the marketing. How do I get my message out there? And I hear that over and over again with so many other incredible coaches who've got gifts and talents and skills and experience to really support their clients in transforming their lives in the area that they specialize in. So many of these coaches' voices go unheard, even though they may be using a lot of the tools and technologies and social medias and podcasts and all of those good things that we know and use to market our business, but they get frustrated and they get burnt out. And so Core Business Foundations really goes from the grassroots, which is why it's called Core Business Foundations. It talks about the niching, the importance of that, which is even more so important, isn't it, when we think about all of the wonderful coaches who are now online because of what happened over the last number of years, we've realized there is so much more opportunity, so many more of our ideal clients online, but how do we get our message to stand and stand out from the crowd so that we position ourselves, not as that we're better than everyone else, but better placed to support our ideal clients? Who is that? We talk about branding, we talk about the niching, not just your brand, but your message and, you know, your unique characteristics. There's a unique and uncopyable sense and experience that you bring as a coach to how you share your content. And that's what Core Business Foundations is all about. What is that? How do I bring that to life? How do I create a business model that fits my particular needs and where I want to grow my business? And how do we do that online to really stand out? So when I share the 2 scholarship winners, some of the things that really stood out with these 2 applications were the areas that they struggled with. And so I'll share a little bit about each of the applications, and then I'll announce who took the scholarship or who will be joining me with the Core Foundations. So this particular coach received her qualifications in life coaching, NLP and soul coaching about 5 years ago. And she has been working to market her business, to get it out there. But one of the things that she's struggling with, which I know I struggled with, so I absolutely resonated with both of these applicants, she's struggling to pull us all together, get it out there to the people who she truly believes needs this and to the people who she really knows that she can support. And so she really felt that she needed the advice and support from someone who understands her vision and her business and knows how to help her in getting this up and going. And she's been looking for so long and has not found anyone or anything suitable. And so after looking at the Core Business Foundations program, which is on the Business Women Australia website, and I think the link is already there for coaches who may kind of be thinking, you know what, I'm kind of stuck too. And I think I need to really revisit my message and my branding so that I can not just stand out as any coach, but the coach with my ideal client. So when this particular scholarship applicant looked at Core Business Foundations program, she was excited to discover it and believe this, in capital letters, is what she has been looking for. So she's so excited to finally find the right course and the right people and community to be able to support and really getting her business started. So drum roll. I don't know whether you can hear, actually, I don't know which one is the drum roll, but just the virtual drum roll. The first scholarship we are so pleased to announce goes to Tanya Marie Clark, and she is a life alignment coach. Now, I don't know whether Tanya was able to make it live on the call today, but she is our first scholarship winner. Fantastic. All right, let me go on to the second one. So the second submission stood out as well because whilst she also had a depth and a width of knowledge and expertise to draw upon, what really stood out was all of the list of qualifications. And I knew what that was like because I never felt good enough when I think back to the career coach industry. And so what do? We think, if I do this course, then I'll feel confident. If I get the right website, then I'll be confident. But guess what? There's always something else that we see. And so this particular coach had an impressive list of certifications and even experience. And here were some of the challenges that she was faced. She was overwhelmed where to focus her energy. I mean, how many of us do that? It's like focus. Where do I focus? Where do I really niche and position myself? She also was struggling with the ever-changing target that she seemed to have. I mean, I can relate to that too. That you see a need, think, oh, I can help that particular person. So you kind of start to shape that message. And then all of a sudden it doesn't really work. And you think, well, maybe I can help that particular person. And you seem never really to really get that clear direction as to this is who I can support. That led to burnout and time management issues. And so then also attracting higher end clients that were happy to invest in themselves and in her, and in how to brand well and how to market myself well so that my message is super clear. So all really things that I know that I struggled with and often hear other coaches do as well. So we knew that this was going to be such a great fit for this coach too. And here are just some couple of things that she said the core business foundations would really help her. The program to achieve the confidence and direction and clarity to achieve her goals, therefore to help more women that need to find out to fully align, with their own message as well. How many of us, are talking about confidence, direction and clarity, and core business is certainly going to help her to do that. She also thinks that the program will help her to get out there and known to those that she can really help and support. She doesn't have a lot of support within her own community at times and feels that a little bit that she's on her own, which is hard and isolating at times. Having other women who get it would be such a help for me. I know that many of us can relate to that too. And she believes too that this program can help me to grow personally and professionally with the program and what you stand for, and help me to be the influence to the right people that are ready for me, and that she knows that she can help. I mean, how many coaches through what we do can change the lives of our community, and our clients? But what's exciting about that is it's a ripple effect, isn't it? That our clients can then go out and help their community and others, and it's a ripple effect. And once that happens, we can change culture for the betterment. And so that's what we're really excited to be able to support these wonderful women is through the scholarship. So congratulations to the second scholarship winner, which is Angela Joy Johnson from the Joy Hunt. And I do believe that Angela did register. So whether she's live on the call today, I'm not sure whether she was able to make it, but I know on behalf of the entire team of BWA and Core Business Foundations, we look forward to being able to support them and really support them in getting a clear message that is out there in the marketplace, really speaking to their ideal clients so that they can grow a business that they love while they also know is really impacting their clients. So those are the two winners, Tanya Marie Clark and Angela Joy Johnson.
Wonderful. Congratulations to Angela and to Tanya. That's fantastic. And I can see why you've selected them as the scholarship recipients. Annemarie, what an incredible opportunity for them to really to get their marketing and be able to connect with their ideal clients. So well done. Lucky them. Okay, thank you, Annemarie, and thank you to Core Business Foundations and your team for being so gracious and so generous in offering that scholarship to our community. So thank you so much. Now over to Cathy Smith. Now, Cathy Smith and her team at Catco Enterprises. We're still talking to each other after 3 years of producing BWA Buzz magazines. It is a big job. There's a lot that goes into editing, into laying out these kinds of magazines, and it really is quite phenomenal to see it coming together in such a beautiful, highly produced and wonderfully professional edition. We have wonderful contributors. We source all our articles from our premium level members. So they are leaders in the community across all sorts of sectors and different professions, and with different backgrounds. So we have on the call today, we have quite a few of our premium level members as well who have been featured in the BWA Buzz magazine. I'm going to hand over now to Cathy. Cathy, if you would like to jump on and reveal the BWA Buzz magazine for 2022.
So thank you so much, Lynn. Yes, it's always interesting trying to get it to come together because you have different people and different personalities and making sure that it all runs smoothly. So I'm just going to share my screen and drum roll, please, Annemarie. There we go. This is the 2020 edition of the Buzz magazine. So we have 56 pages, and it was really interesting to put it all together to make sure that everybody got a nice share. And we have a few of our contributors on the call today. So we have Chris Muir-Smith, who is page 16. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly so we end up at the right. Whoops, interesting where it ended. And here we go. Here is Chris. So emotional intelligence, it's something that is really become a big talking point. And as Chris has said, it's in short, better people make better leaders. So thank you so much, Chris. Do you want to just say a couple of words?
I was thrilled to be asked. I think with what I do as an HR consultant, emotional intelligence, I think, is probably the most precious skill that any leader can have right here. You know, it's been a roller coaster for many businesses for a number of years. And yeah, this is something that I talk about on a daily basis with my clients and my team and other colleagues. So thrilled to be able to share this information in the magazine. So thank you, Cathy.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, and then we have, let me get my page numbers right. We have page 22, which is Cathy. And Cathy, you have such a fabulous name. Unfortunately, you spell it incorrectly, but oh well, that is what it is.
Well, there's a debate for you right there. Thanks, Cathy. Yes, it was good. So this is about how I became an entrepreneur, and like many people, you sort of fall into these things, don't you? And then you have to learn so many skills that you never knew that you could possibly learn, and it all just happens. So I love what I do as a medicinal nutritionist, and yeah, thank you for asking me to be involved and for the feature. I really appreciate it.
You are very, very welcome, Cathy. Okay, now we will go to the lovely Donna Dankert, who is page 32. And Donna, did you want to say a word or two?
No, not really, Cathy.
Well, you don't have to.
Oh, look, I think mine is not really an article. It was just some tips that I've probably used in the past, but just that there's a lot of confusion over choosing accounting software. And I think my main point is that it's better to choose something that is simple and get it right than picking something that's sophisticated and getting it wrong. So maybe have a chat to someone and see what sort of product's suitable for you and your business, because you don't have to use really complicated products to get good record keeping.
Absolutely, and I'm sure quite a lot of us have bought things that we've only used a quarter of, and we don't really need to spend all that money and confusion of getting down rabbit holes where we don't know where to get out of. So absolutely, simple is quite often the best. So thanks, Donna. Okay, now we go to page 37, which is Annemarie. So Annemarie's is actually split. So hers is page 37 and page 38. So Annemarie, would you like to have a quick little chat?
Just getting the technology sorted and unmuting. Yeah, thanks, Cathy, and thanks, Lynn, for the invite. Yeah, I think this was a really timely sort of article writing about our Women in STEM Jumpstart program, which we partner with the RRR network, the Rural Regional Remote Women's Network. And I've just been absolutely staggered by the impact of that program. We get paid to do it, but honestly, I would do it anyway if I got paid or not. The opportunity to support young rural regional women, it's just been quite profound. Yeah, and I think I mentioned it from memory in the article about the surprise that we've had with the impact we're having and the need for it. So, yeah, we've got an amazing growing list of young women that we're working with, and we're about to have another program in a couple of weeks. So if you've got any network out there, and look, they don't have to be regional based if they're actually based in Perth at the moment, but they want to get back to the regions, or they're studying in Perth and they come from a region and they're looking to grow their career in a regional community, then the program's for them. So and the STEM bit can be
fantastic. Thank you, Annemarie.
Interpreted differently as well, but yeah, it's good fun.
Excellent, well done. Okay, and like I said, we have 56 pages, and to end out our pages, we have the fabulous Cindy Scott, who is also here today. So 52 right through to 56.
That was fast. Yes, I'm so grateful to be part of this magazine, and last but not least, sharing a bit of my journey with having cancer for the second time, and what it taught me. And I guess we all face challenging times, and I think the more we can lean into and look for the learnings in the adversity that life shows us, there's always gold to mine. So for me, it was about slowing down, breathing more deeply, practicing non-striving, which was something that was completely foreign to me. So I would say I'm a much better person for having cancer and looking at all the learnings that it gave me. So that's what this article's about.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Cindy. And yes, it was a very quick little run through. So let's go back to the beginning and maybe slow it down a bit. Obviously, there is a lot to digest. So you'll all get to have a good look now that it is live. So we start with the article from Lynn talking about inspiration and the year that she's had. So that is incredible. We've got solo accounts there, which is our lovely Donna, who also just told us about tips on making sure we're getting the right software for our bookkeeping. And then the content. Now we've also got contributors, so we really could not do this without our fabulous contributors. So really appreciate our sponsors and everybody that helped edit and put it together. And I've got to give a huge shout out to my team at Catco Enterprises, because it would not be the magazine that it is without them. They were working quite late yesterday to get it all finalised. So not only do we have to set it up, but then we have to get it into format that works for the software so that we can put it together like this. So really appreciate all my girls and guys. They do a wonderful job. So then we have Cathy McKenzie. So 4 steps to tap into your inner wisdom. And then we've got Natasha Lee, so why business financial numbers are people problems. And then we've got Jessica Schubert and her disc flow, as well as being a coach, why coaching made me a better human. And then the second half of Jessica's and our wonderful sponsor, Joanne Bradbury, 3 Drops Wines. On to Leanne with complementary medicine, innovation solutions to help others. And then we've got Chris that we've just talked about, the emotional intelligence that is now the new intelligence, which it definitely is. We see that a lot. And then once again, the accredited coaching. So if you are not accredited and are thinking about doing a coaching qualification, as Lynn mentioned before, there are quite a few alumni here on the call, and it's a fantastic program. And one of the differences is that it actually gives you those mentoring hours and the menteeship on that pathway to ICF accreditation, so International Coaching Federation, which I found that quite a few others don't. So if you are looking at getting accredited, it is a really great program. Then we've got Standing Out in a Sea of Beige, which is my article about how to make sure that you are actually different, because we're all becoming very vanilla, and if we're vanilla, then nobody will actually see us. We've also got Cathy Smith Coaching, which is why we were talking about coaching earlier. I have also started coaching this year and really enjoying it. So if anybody wants more information on that, there's plenty there. And then we go on to the other Cathy's article and how I became an entrepreneur, and it really is a great journey and an interesting story. So make sure you do have a read of that one. And then we've got Feminism of Business with Catherine Leach. And as Lynn mentioned before, she's actually having a in-person event coming up. So make sure that you do read the article and look into that as well. Join BWA. If you're not in BWA, you can see all the great things that we do on the website and talk to members. It really is an amazing organisation, great friendships, great resources, and definitely worth becoming part of. Then we've got A Shining Light for Workplace Culture, which is Pippa Hobson's article. So that was really interesting as well. So jump on to there. Now, we did talk to Annemarie earlier. So we've got Annemarie's podcast, which we do for all of our premium members. So any premium members who haven't done their podcast, please do contact Annemarie, because that is an amazing resource that you can use. And then I have a podcast as well. So if you would like to be involved in that, contact me too. And then we go on to Helen Nan. So financial freedom for female business owners, and very, very important subjects. So check out that article too. On to Donna, which we've just mentioned about the software. And then we have, are you practicing communication agility with Dr. Dr. Paula Smith. So Paula became a doctor this year, obviously not a medical doctor, so we congratulate her on the hard work that went into her PhD, and that is a wonderful article as well. They're all wonderful articles in my opinion. And then we've got exactly what we started this call on with the Core Business Foundations course, so there's more information there. On to Annemarie's article that we've just highlighted. Vida Carlito is a fabulous advocate for BWA. She's a great member. Her space is incredible. We do quite a few BWA events there. So if you are looking at space or coming to one of those, definitely do, and talk to Vida on any of her programs there. All right, then we've got not all strategies are created equal, and we certainly know that. So Marianne Birchall there, so lots and lots of good articles in here. Solving the skills shortage with traineeships, very important. There's quite a lot of different government sponsorships and so forth, so talk to Sandra about how you could tap into trainees. It's great to be able to give back and to employ more people where we can, and trainees is a great place. And they don't always need to be our very young people. There are traineeships and apprentices of all ages. And then we've got the challenge of privacy and data governance in a hybrid era. That was really interesting to read. Even being in digital, there's lots of things you can pick up there. So Martina there. And then we have the future of work, why change management is a core skill base that you probably already have. And sometimes we don't know the skills that we've already got. And then on to women are more likely to leave financial planning to their spouses and why it's a problem. Unfortunately, one of our biggest area of homelessness is women in their 60s. So not only have they left their financial planning to their husbands, but once that marriage splits, then unfortunately they don't have a lot to stand on. So some really good tips there from Tracy. And there's a jungle out there, certainly is. So that's a great article about how to get prepared from Muriel Stedman there. And then we finalise our absolutely incredible buzz of 2022 with Cindy's. So thank you very much to everybody that has contributed. We couldn't do what we do without our fabulous sponsors. So we really appreciate everybody who helps out, whether in kind, whether financially, whether time, all the different ways that everybody helps out. So that is the buzz for 2022.
Well done, and well done to all our contributors, to the wonderful articles that you've so generously shared your knowledge and your expertise in. Without those articles, we wouldn't have a Buzz magazine. And we get a lot of downloads throughout the year. It's all our Buzz magazines and past Buzz magazines are available to download from our website. Throughout the year, Cathy's team also take snippets of those articles and push them out through all our social media channels. So across our various channels, we've got more than 20,000 followers of BWA across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. The following of this community is phenomenal. So not only is it a wonderful opportunity to be sharing your knowledge, but it's absolutely a really powerful profile building exercise for female leaders. It's a great way to put yourself out there. and to be found. It really does help in terms of your own digital footprint. So thank you so much, Cathy. I'm totally indebted, as we all are in the community of Businesswomen Australia. We really appreciate the time and the effort that you and the team put into that production. Thank you also to Annemarie Cross, who's on the call today, and for the generous scholarships, and congratulations to Angela Joy Johnson and to Tanya Clark for winning those. We look forward to welcoming Angela and Tanya into our community and getting to know more about them and their businesses and helping support their success. If anyone have any questions or want to stay on the call, I'll be hanging around for another 15 minutes or so. So I'm just going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you all for being here. We look forward to a real buzz. 2022-23 is going to be another fantastic 12 months for us. We can put that C word behind us. We can call it all the names we want, all the C's, right, Cindy? We put all those C's behind us, whatever way they look like, and we look forward to the future, to being very prosperous and joyful. So it's going to be an incredible year. Thank you, everyone, for being here.